Hello and welcome to any other replace video approximately XRP. At the XRP chart, we haven't actually visible plenty development in the previous few days. However, the market is truly simply consolidating sideways for the time being, just beneath all-time high territory. So just below this preceding swing excessive from the 16th of January at around 3.40. I suggest it's far clean that this stage wishes to be damaged to the upside in an effort to unencumber, shall we say, new all-time high prices upside objectives. We pointed out those in the previous videos here. How will we get to those goals? Well, they are also primarily based on Elliott wave charge calculations. They are primarily based on using Fibonacci extensions. I will display you in brief on our lengthy time period chart, but the lengthy time period chart hasn't modified. So if you watch preceding films, you then already recognize about the next large time frame upside targets. We currently see this flow as a fifth wave. That could be a fifth wave that sincerely completes a completely long time period uptrend. Maybe there could be every other better low and another higher excessive afterwards. What that is approximately is virtually to apprehend what are the next upside objectives, and while the ones are reached, we have to prepare for a sizable pullback. Now that might be wave 4 or even something more sizable. You already know, a more bearish pullback, or let's consider a bigger correction, a crash essentially. But for now, we nonetheless watch for better prices anyway in the brief term. But what this suggests us is what's the larger time body bullish A degree. And in the interim, the best one I can provide is at 114, which means the danger is very high on a macro perspective. However, on the smaller time body, the hazard is pretty low because you recognize support tiers thoroughly described, very clearly defined. For now, however, the subsequent upside goals are for donde, $5, and maybe even $6.62. These are the next three that becomes applicable. I find $4, $20 just not, high sufficient to be all of wave 5. So it will in all likelihood only be a small milestone goal along the manner. The 5 stage is quite substantial, however. Okay, let's cross again to the smaller time frame. And right here, universal, the state of affairs hasn't modified. You would possibly recollect from preceding updates that we were monitoring this triangle. You recognize the tail, it broke out to the upside. And this marked the beginning of that expected fifth wave. And then you already know for the last, a couple of weeks or so, we have been monitoring here this corrective pullback. I suggest it is no longer absolutely a pullback. It's greater of a sideways consolidation, you could say, even though there had been pretty rapid sell-offs, but they were bought up. It's accurate. So the consumers stepped in when the price touched our guide areas, specifically right here, this one at the 27th of January may want to have marked the bottom of wave 2 after wave 1 topped. This was the rally into the trend course. This is a wave 2 pullback. That is, without a doubt, correcting that flow up that started out on the 13th of January. And now this could be the 1-3 wave. I suggest it's miles possible that that is some other so referred to as 1-2 setup, and we are now beginning the third wave of the 0.33 wave. Typically, it'd be the most competitive element of a trend, so I'm definitely geared up. I understand a whole lot of your waiting for that pass as well. However, it is glaringly difficult to break the all-time period high, so it's not clean. So the marketplace might want numerous tries. There could be some setbacks, but the rate motion seems extremely promising, particularly in the short term. Now, I have to mention that this wave, remember, essentially it just gives us a roadmap, right? If we dip into the help location again, it would not necessarily be a wonder. That's what it is for. The market can take a look at it numerous times if it wishes a touch bit greater time. However, below 2.26, I will expect that the bigger time frame wave 2, the bigger degree wave 2 is still unfolding. And then below 252, I suppose the chart desires a bigger reinterpretation. That is when the thesis would fail. We are able to just fall again into the larger sample at that point. So the idea could then be if all of these guide levels are breaking, then it'll indicate that the wave 4 never bottomed as a triangle and that we're inside the larger wave 4. Nevertheless, that it's still unfolding, but it by no means finished as a triangle. It's just a larger, extra complex correction, and then the $1.96 stage will come into cognizance. Yeah, that is the replace approximately XRP. I desire you preferred the update. If you probably did, please hit the like button, leave a remark and subscribe. And in case you absolutely like the content material, then please test out the channel membership.